Galway versus Tyrone. Galway 16 points, Tyrone 13 points. Galway get their first victory of the Allianz League 2023. Without Shane Walsh, without Damien Comer. The first thing we have to talk about when we're talking about this game is the conditions were terrible. Like, if you watched it on RTE, there was the whole camera was just, it would look like someone had smeared something on the camera before they started filming it. You could just see maroon or white jerseys just running around. You couldn't make out any players. Tyrone left themselves too wide of a gap to come back from. Galway won the game in a burst in the second half where they went 14 points to 8 ahead. Tyrone fought back. They hit 4 points in a row with Hampsey hitting the last one, but they just left it too late. And Galway pick up their first win.
Yeah, like as you said there, like with the conditions and even when I was watching it on TG Carr, like the deferred coverage, like it was a fairly uneventful game. It wasn't the best watch, to be honest. It wasn't really a great game, and I think a lot of that had to do with the conditions. But yeah, like I think Galway, although Tyrone maybe at different times fought back and got a couple of scores from Dara Canavan and obviously Padraig Hampsey got a point. Darren McCurry chipping away at different times. Like Galway, I felt looked very, very comfortable. And I think from a Galway perspective, like that was a big result, big win, because like not having Damien Comer, who's possibly going to be out for a while now. Obviously Shane Walsh not back just yet. A few players obviously playing Sigerson and everything else, and club commitments and everything sort of in the background. Galway probably not having their best start 15 available to them to get the victory. Huge. Like, and Matthew Tierney stepping up again with 6 points. Very good display from him. Good to see Ian Burke back on the side, Peter Cook back in the team. So a big result for Galway, because like they obviously hadn't won a game in their opening 2 matches, just 1 point, 1 draw. If they had lost this, you would have been looking at it and thinking, they would have been 3 points behind Tyrone, and behind Monaghan as well. Like they would have been bottom of the league, and that would have been a big worry. So that's why I think this was a huge result at home. Just gives them that bit of breathing space in terms of a relegation battle, and certainly now they can start looking, I suppose, onwards and upwards from now on.
Yeah, agreed. They're not looking over their shoulder anymore. I think another player, you're absolutely right about Matthew Tierney. I think he led the way in the absence of Shane Walsh, in the absence of Damien Comer. Another one that was very, very strong, I thought, Cathal Sweeney, when he came on, he looked very, very good. He kicked Galway's last point. That was a beauty to make it 16 points to 9. That was in the spell where Galway hit 6 points in a row in 13 minutes to win the game. And that was the spell that won them the game, because obviously Tyrone then hit the last 4 points. Wasn't enough to pull it back. Another player I thought who impressed me, Sean Kelly. Again, brilliant point to make it 13 points to 8. Drove through the Tyrone defence, one of those powerful runs that he goes on. And I think having Peter Cook back in the panel, this is a huge boost to Galway this year.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, and you see the difference he makes, like in that side. Like, it's interesting to see sort of where they're playing him. Like, obviously they're kind of playing him in a half forward line, whereas previously, like, he'd kind of be the man in midfield when he would have played for Galway and Mike Cullen. But obviously Galway have a lot of very good midfielders. I mean, you've got Paul Conroy and Killian McDade in midfield. So you've got to maybe try find Peter Cook a position into the side. But he looked very good. He was very impressive. And like, I think Galway, when they do get Shane Walsh back, Damien Comer back, like they have a very, very good squad. Tom O'Callaghan still's come back from injury as well. So like Galway in terms of squad, looking very, very good. And as you said, like Cathal Sweeney, very good 3 points, coming off the bench. Another young player to make an impact. So things are looking good for Galway in terms of their squad, and I think getting that opening victory was crucial.
Agreed, 100%. So yeah, that's Division 1 wrapped